All right, we are here with Tonya Parker here at Wesleyan College, Assistant Dean of Students of Diversity and Inclusion. A hefty title these days.
Yes.
What do you focus on? Because everybody should be included, and I believe diversity should be everywhere.
Absolutely. And one thing I can say about being here at Wesleyan, diversity is apparent across our campus. You look out, you can see our diverse student body. You can see diversity just in like the offerings of our classes for our students, so their interest and focus. So I focus on diversity that is both visible and invisible, but my main focus is inclusion, because I always teach our students that just because we have the diversity does not mean that inclusion is being practiced. So you got to work a little harder, do more intentional work to get to true inclusion, where people, you know, feel welcomed, appreciated, and celebrated on campus.
The Tubman Museum, not a lot of people know that place better than you, being a former education director of the Tubman.
Yes.
If you could take every student here from your campus
Yes.
and take them to the Tubman, what would you expound? What would you show them first?
My favorite exhibit, the mural entitled From Africa to America by Wilfred Stroud. That 9-panel mural tells the story of the African American experience. It starts on the continent of Africa and it ends with the election of the first African American president. And so in between that, Africa to the election of the first African American president, there's so many stories that can be told. We could spend 30 minutes, an hour, a day at that mural just telling the story. And one thing I can say about that, some of our students from China, I was there with them and I spent time with them at that mural, and they told me, I understand better the condition of the United States. And I said, okay, so I know that that's a learning center, opportunity. The Tubman is a gem. It's a jewel.
You actually take some of your students from this campus and spend time with them there.
Yes.
Harriet Tubman, an unbelievable individual. You are in the position to be leader of people, just like Harriet Tubman was. When these students walk out of that museum, what do you hope they take with them for a lifetime?
I hope that when they walk out of the Tubman, they have a sense of, I can't do enough just for myself if I'm not helping my fellow human beings. In true Harriet Tubman spirit, she learned something. She learned how to get from a place of being enslaved to a place of freedom, but it wasn't enough for her. She went back for family members intentionally, but when other people heard about what she was doing, they said, well, wait, we want to be ready to go too. And of course, she didn't get there and say, I'm not here for you, I came just for my family. So you're educating others and bringing them to a place that's better. So when you walk out of the Tubman Museum, I hope our students say, you know what, I'm enlightened now, and I need to share this knowledge, and I also need to tell other people to come here to be also enlightened. So sharing knowledge, sharing experiences, and hoping that it can also change someone's perception, perspective, and life.
When I walk through downtown Macon, I often look at the Tubman Museum. I myself, I kind of see it as a shining light.
Yes.
For the educational system, whether it be your college, universities around Middle Georgia, for young kids that are growing up in this region, how important do you believe the Tubman is to not only Middle Georgia, but a beacon of light to the entire country?
Well, one thing I do remember from being director of education at the Tubman is the largest of its kind, not only for Macon, but the southeastern United States. So when people don't know that it's there, that hurts not only the Tubman because it's not being utilized to its full capacity. I think it hurts the human experience. I mean, human, not just African American, because sometimes people hear Tubman Museum, they get two kind of perceptions that may be incorrect. One, they think the whole museum is about Harriet Tubman, which it could be, however it's not. It's named in her honor. So the founder, Richard Kyle, who I know personally and have so much respect and love for, with him even starting to, on Walnut Street, small little center, having this vision of now what is this huge beacon of light on Cherry Street, it's just that his whole spirit, his meaning of educating others All of this to me is encompassed in that building. And so when people leave there or don't know about it, I think they're missing part of their own education, a part of history, a part of America. And so it doesn't matter. So one, Harriet Tubman is not about that. And then the second part, when you hear the African American Museum, you think, well, it's for black people. No, it's for all people. And I just want people to know that, if nothing else, that we are all just kind of, I guess, intertwined. There's no separation between us as human beings. I mean, we may look different, may talk different, may have different skin colors, but the Tubman is a place where the human experience comes together. And I think people are missing that if they either don't know about it or know about it and don't go. So if they could just give it a chance, I mean, their education increases from middle school, high school, all the way down to pre-K. When I was education, we had pre-K students come, and I can sing a song about Harriet Tubman. We can do little coloring pages, and they still leave with something, knowing a little bit of information about our past. And now when I say our, I don't mean just African American. I mean our history, our country, our past.